stay together. And that is just asinine. It makes me mad. Perhaps you can tell. It does. Because I care about congregations. Lutheran Congregations in Mission for Christ actually cares about congregations because you are the church. And so, that's what I want to tell you. The last thing I want to say, I'm just going to tell you that the rest of the questions in this brochure have to do with the financial implications of joining LCMC, that are whatever you want them to be. Our budget is an administrative budget. Our congregations give their benevolence dollars directly to the congregations, to the benevolent causes that they wish to support. I'm going to read you, I just got an email this morning. Last night, one of our pastors, Bruce Wilder, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, at Faith Lutheran Church, met with John Nunes. And if I'm not mistaken, he is the executive director of Lutheran World Relief, or one of the top officers in Lutheran World Relief. And here's what he had to say to the folks, because there are folks that say, well, LCMC congregations, they don't care about the poor, they just spend all their money on themselves. Faith in Albuquerque gives their benevolent dollars directly to the organizational causes that they wish to support, to the tune of $215,000 a year. Here's what John Nunes had to say last night about LCMC and about structures and about the ELCA and about the LCMS. He said, John reported that ELCA and LCMS denominational support for Lutheran World Relief accounted for 75% of their funding 5 years ago. In 2009, gifts from these two Lutheran denominations accounted for less than 25% of Lutheran World Relief's annual budget. Then he said, congregations like Bruce's, an LCMC congregation in Albuquerque, and individual donors like you good people have made the difference. As denominations shrink and use more and more of their financial resources for institutional maintenance, it will be up to individual congregations and church members to keep the important work of Lutheran World Relief moving forward through their direct contributions. Here's what we believe in LCMC. We believe that it's actually the better way to be the church. You are the church, you're adults, you decide where to send your benevolence dollars. And send them directly to those organizations like Lutheran World Relief that are doing the best job of using them. Our budget at the national level is about $380,000 this year. It's smaller than 2/3 of the budgets of our member congregations. It's used for the administrative cost of running the association. When you take the $215,000 from Faith in Albuquerque alone and add that to the millions of dollars that are given directly by our congregations to benevolent support, that means the ratio of cost to administration, cost for administration to direct benevolence giving in LCMC is about 90% to benevolence and 10% administrative. We'll hold that up to any model in the country. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. You didn't mean I was quite done. But I'm going to be done in just a second. I promise that I'm going to be done in just a second. Here's the thing. God, people, we've got to get to the place where we are willing to think outside of our institutional boxes. Just because we've always done it that way before, even in the church, for 19 centuries, doesn't mean that it's the only way of doing things. Okay? It doesn't. I am just telling you that if you are willing to explore an organizational model that is absolutely horizontal and that really believes that you are the church and that you can grow up, as the Apostle Paul says, and that's what the church needs to do. It needs, for goodness sakes, to grow up. It has been told so long that it can't do anything without permission, or that it just can't possibly make decisions for itself, or can't possibly understand the Word of God, or can't possibly do anything without asking the bishop that we've come to believe it. try it a different way. I have found a home with like-minded Lutheran Christians who are committed passionately to sharing Christ with people and who believe that they can be the church. We will raise the bar high and let people rise to the level of our expectation of them instead of leaving the bar so incredibly low that people always rise to that, which means the church gets nothing done because it has nothing expected of it other than to send its money and to shut its mouth. There's got to be a different way. And I believe that God has created LCMC to provide a way for congregations to be the church together in the 21st century that will make it as effective as the church was in the first century. Committed passionately to Jesus and to his word, and committed passionately to the priesthood of all believers, believing that you are the church and that you can get the job done if you are set free to do it. That's the end of what I wanted to say. God bless you.